Good morning, Flosstube. This is Helga. Today is Saturday, August 19th, I think. And I just got back from a week in Disneyland with my family, and I thought it would be fun to film outside. Though what I'm realizing very quickly as I look around is all the birds that are starting to sing just as I start filming. And then I've got someone on my lap because I'm outside in the garden, so she assumes that means my lap is available to her. This is actually my favorite place to stitch. Wearing my Nightmare for Christmas sweater. It's a little bit chilly this morning. The boys are at martial arts, and I'm just hanging out. And these are the ears I got this trip in Disneyland. I got new ears every day. Or I brought new ears to wear every day, and then I got one new pair of ears to add to my collection, which were actually released the day we went home. These are their new Halloween ears, so they're orange with black. And my girlfriend Courtney and I were joking that they are Giants ears, so go Giants. So hi, how's everyone doing? If you're a new watcher, welcome, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I don't know, I'm a little distracted outside, but it's so pretty. I just need to be outside today. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I can hear crows, there's some jays going on. We had chickadees earlier, they seem to have taken off, and it sounds like my neighbor just started using the bandsaw. So hopefully you're not hearing too much noise. I'm going to put the dog on the lap, off my lap. She won't be happy, but she'll live. And we'll go ahead and get started. So first things first, I was sprinkled with Stitchy Kindness a couple times this week. And I apologize I haven't posted about them sooner. I just got home, and the reason I'm not in the house is both machines are working. I've got probably 30 loads of laundry to do. We go back to the real world on Monday. Tomorrow we're going to the San Francisco Exploratorium for a eclipse presentation for the Cub Scouts. So my husband and I have a full day tomorrow as well. So today I'm just doing laundry and hanging out, and then later this afternoon we have to go to his parents' house where they have their annual crawdad feed, which will be, just 200 of our closest friends. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first Stitchy Kindness I received was from Drew of Weasley Studios, and you got some serious detective skills, buddy. I heard you. Please don't bark. I heard you found out that I'm a collector of teacups. I do. I collect vintage teacups, and he sent me this beautiful kit. Looks like it's never been opened. It's by Design Works, and it says "Life is Fragile. Handle with Prayer." Which I think is absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Drew. I'm definitely going to stitch one of the sets. I actually have a teacup that's very similar to this one, so this will probably be the one that I go after. But I thought it was so pretty, and I wanted to thank you for thinking of me. It was just such a little highlight to come home to that. And especially in the world we're living in today, I don't know that I've ever needed to lean on prayer more than I do right now. And then he sent this adorable card with some personal comments. But it was just so sweet, and so thank you, Drew. I really, really appreciate that. Kellyanne, I put it on Twitter, and I'll be honest, I've kind of dispersed it to my stash, and my child has claimed a few things, but the book that I've been keeping by my nightstand is still right by my nightstand. So she sent me this, and it was a book called Stitch with Love. It's 11 simple stitches and easy to sew projects, and it's all red work. And red work embroidery is something that has always fascinated me. I just love the simplicity of it, and I just think it's such a neat and beautiful aesthetic. Sorry, someone's car. People are so rude. I apologize. So thank you, Kellyanne. I absolutely love it. I'm going to pause, and hopefully this will stop. I'm back. Sorry about that. The neighbor made their horn stop. So, Stitched with Love by Mandy Shaw. So Kellyanne sent me that, and I'm really excited to stitch. There's a few things in there I want to try. And then what's really neat is at the back of the book, they have these gorgeous patterns that you can just trace. So I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you, Kellyanne. That really, it's just beautiful. So yes, thank you. Oh, there's little bees in here. There's garden motifs, all sorts of fun ideas. There's a beautiful alphabet. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. I'm outside and I'm not sure what the lighting looks like, but I don't know, that'd be fun and different to try it. And if this video sucks, I'll get lots of thumbs down. So we'll all move on with our lives. And then the last Stitchy Kindness I received, I don't really call them Stitchy Kindness because we kind of just send packages back and forth. But I had expressed interest in the, I think they call them the Voluptuous Mermaids. I'm umming a lot. What's my count at? Anyone? I need to get an counter in the corner. The Voluptuous Mermaids, which was Cross Stitch and Beading, issue 51. It's an Australian magazine, I believe, and I just loved it because these women have curves, and I'm a girl with curves, so it's nice to not see just skinny minis in the world. Trying to find a picture that doesn't have the chart. Though somebody told me that's not such a big deal anymore, still don't want to piss anybody off, so there's the mermaids, and I just think they're so great. There's looks like there's 4 different color stories, but there's only 3 different patterns, and so I just thought those were really sweet. And there's a couple people I want to make them for, so I'm really excited about that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then my son got a hold of it and was very excited because there's a bunch of, there's a bunch of sea creatures, which he thought was kind of cool. And then there's a ton of birds in here, and there's a particular bird chart. I don't know if you know I'm a birder. Anyone who follows me online has probably picked up on that. So QAllieQ, it's QAllieQ on Instagram. But we're a birding family. But this is called Noisy Miners, and I absolutely just adore this chart. And so it's definitely going to go into my wish list of things I want to stitch in my lifetime. And so, yeah. So, thank you, Bendy. Yeah, I texted her and was just absolutely tickled to receive this. So, yeah. So, all 3 of you, you're amazing. And I just love my Stitchy community. So, yeah. Hi. I'm a little tired this morning. I need coffee and I have a headache, but I'm trying to... When you're in Disneyland, you fall into a habit of every time you walk by Starbucks, you grab a latte. So I got into like a, 5 or 6 latte a day habit while we were there. And so now I need to wean myself back down to my reasonable 2 cups of coffee a day so that I don't, just to be healthier. So that's what I'm working on. So let's show you what I've got. So when last you saw this, I have no idea where it was at. This is my car project, and I don't really stitch in the car because it gives me a headache. But I keep a project for when I get stuck in the car. And there were a couple of times on this trip where, I don't know, I pulled it out here and there. Not much, though. But this is a Lindy Stitches pattern. I'm going to flash this just because I don't have a picture of it. But it's the Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. And it has a refrigerator, which is super adorable. And this is, like I said, this is just a fun little whimsy project. I keep it in a little pineapple purse that a friend got me in Hawaii. And then I'm a Flosstube bag user, so I keep all my floss in little baggies. But this is where I'm at. Not a lot. I think I got like maybe 2 of these done while my son was at the dentist, and that was about it. So I threw my plans out the window pretty quickly this month. I just wasn't, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm having like a stitchy rut. Like I want to stitch, but I don't want to commit stitch, if that makes sense at all. So yeah, just whine and complain and everything else. Next thing I worked on is I joined, like everybody else, one person mentions it on Flosstube and then we all go do it. And so I joined one of the ATC, I guess Artist Trading Card Cross Stitch groups, or it's not a group, it's a Instagram club thingy, whatever, words. So this month's theme is Disney, and so I have this in my stash. It's just a cute little Ariel and Prince Eric and hearts. And so for my partner, I'm doing that, and my partner isn't very good. That's not true. They're a great person, but I couldn't find anything that said like this is my favorite Disney, and so I just went for something cute that kind of matched her aesthetic. She seems to be kind of into sums and kind of the more kawaii focused Disney stuff, so that's what I'm doing. Though EJ told me I had to change her eyes to blue, so my mermaid has blue eyes, which is not photographing or showing well, but is that better? A little bit. So my Ariel has blue eyes because EJ said she had to. I'm just starting on Eric's hair, and I should have this done. Like I said, I have a whole bunch of time with family later today, where I'm literally going to just sit around and socialize. So I'll hopefully knock this out and then get that in the mail. I think it's supposed to mail by tomorrow, but that won't happen. So there's that. And then the realm of Disney, I made a new purchase after seeing Lolly share it. And so I got the Tiki room, which is one of my favorite attractions at Disneyland. And unfortunately, this trip we did not get to go there because Moana's just come out, which is their new Polynesian princess movie. The Tiki room had an hour-and-a-half wait. And the reason I love the Tiki room is it's like 5 minutes, grab your Dole Whip, jump in. But suddenly it's popular again, so it was super packed. We did meet Moana, which was fun. I'll insert a picture of that here. And so we met Moana, but we didn't go to the Tiki room because the wait was obnoxious. And I don't believe in standing in line for 3 hours for something that I've done 100 times. And my son was fine with it. Honestly, this trip was very low-key. The park was at capacity most days that we were there. It was super hot and humid, and I think we did 5 rides max. And I say 5 rides because we did some of them multiple times. So technically we went on Pirates a few times, but because we went on Pirates once, I counted it once. But my son kind of has his favorites. So Astro Blasters, Pirates, Splash Mountain. Oh, good morning. I don't know, can you hear the towhees? They're up there. They're singing their song. So we went on Astro Blasters, we went on Splash Mountain, and we went on Pirates of the Caribbean a couple times. We checked out Tarzan's Castle. We did Fantasmic. Went to the electrical parade. My husband had never seen the electrical parade, and I think it ends today or tomorrow. So that was fun for him, something new and different. Yeah, so it was a pretty low-key trip, but I had to have the pattern. So tiki room. I don't know if you know, but I'm like singing in my head every time I say it out loud. So, and I can sing, believe it or not, just not right now, and certainly not without coffee. Or also, you notice no makeup. I'm like, this is me, kids. Not a whole lot to me. Yeah. Sorry. No. We're not good. Bailey, we're not gonna do that, please. Thank you. Shh. She's. Oh, the towhees, they come on the fence and taunt her, and so she's gonna remind them whose yard it is. So she's harmless. We got a tomato here. I've got a pineapple sage here. I've got lettuce going to seed plus dandelions I need to pull. This is our lettuce over here. And then we have squash and zucchini in the back row, which are low to the ground. And then we have herbs, or herbs, depending on how you say it, in a little strawberry pot. And then my husband and my son have indigenous butterfly gardens, hummingbird butterfly gardens. Because EJ did a presentation on pollinators at the local science center, and so we have those. But I just love to be outside because it's just so gorgeous today. So look to my backyard. Okay. Wow. Rabbit trail. I don't even know where I'm at. I think I'm like 15 minutes. So hopefully I haven't driven you too nuts yet, but I got lots more to go. Next thing I worked on was my rooster, which I think you've all seen a few times. It is a X-Stitch Creations, I think. And I got some decent progress on it. It's kind of all I've worked on, to be honest with you, because it's kind of all I'm feeling. So it's here. Oops. Where I was last time is here. It's here. So not a ton of progress. My stitch marker is from Sleepy Kitty Stitches, Kylie, up in the PNW. And so I'm just kind of I just kind of go 10 by 10 blocks, not a whole lot, and my goal is to finish page 5. And if I finish page 5, then maybe I'll start working on the next page, but quite honestly, my goal right now is just page 5. I would be content with page 5. What else did I work on? Oh, nope, that's my new start. I was going to share. I'm not there yet. Where are you? Ah, my weather sampler. Weather sampler is by Tom and Lily Creations. It's a French designer, and my minders by Delicious Threads. This is my beautiful unicorn that was given to me by my friend Jen. I think it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Jen. I have a present headed your way that I picked up for you in the parks. Actually, I picked up for you and me, and I want you to turn them into minders. So, hashtag, maybe I can put you to work too. I'll totally compensate you. Anyways, so this is my weather sampler. I call it global weirding, which is a scientific term regarding the phenomenon of is global warming real or not. So I thought it would be fun to track. So I've got my center flower, which is greenery. I don't know what it really is. It's a week's color, but it has some cool variegation. And then I'm just using DMC to go around. And I think I'm through, oh, the book's not in here. I want to say I'm through January. I might be in February by now. Let's look. Oh, my bag is actually from Homespun House, which is my friend Molly, who's in Berlin. She made that for me a long time ago. It has teacups. And then somebody gave me this pen, and it's the Mad Hatter. I'm obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. So it's the Mad Hatter, and I don't know if you can read that. It says, "Come, my dear, don't you care for tea?" With no whatsoever inflection in my voice, because I'm blind as a bat, and I couldn't see it. And again, Flosstube bags, because that's what I use. And I just put them on a little jump ring, and that works for me. And I am, oh, people are going out to the pool at 9:45 in the morning. That's fun. Oh, they're getting ready for some sort of party, looks like. So it looks like I'm in February. So I highlight the week as I finish it. So I'm about to start, looks like the second week of /3rd week of February. So that's fun. And then I write. So here's May. Like I've written the data in. I just haven't done anything with it. There's June. And then July and August, and etc. So it's neat. It's like a floral. It's pretty. And I kind of putz at it when I want. And then this is my Vonna bag that I made for myself out of some cotton and steel from my stash that was super special. And so I just needed it to be for something that I would keep forever. And it's a kind of a canvasy fabric, so I knew it wouldn't end up in a quilt because it's a little bit thicker. And I think the intent is that you use it for a purse, but I only had a fat quarter. So I chose Paris, Bangkok, and Sydney, which are 3 places that my husband and I would like to go in our lifetime. And then I actually kept the selvage because I kind of liked how it looked. So I kept the selvage on the top piece. And then I fussy cutted and then sewed it so that my fabric came over right side up. And it'd be right side up here and then flip over be right side up. So I actually have a seam right here. But thank you, Vonna. The tutorial was super usable and I really enjoyed making that. So that was fun. Stitch. Stitch is the name of the game. Everybody's doing it. And I am no exception. Though I am the exception in that I'm still on Clue 2. So I have and now we know it says, as for me and my house, we shall serve. So you have like a million jillion options of what to do. And honestly, I didn't understand most of them. I'm so clueless when it comes to pop culture. And there's a couple I like. I like the Star Wars one. It says the Lord, and then it has Darth Vader at the bottom. I thought about making this actually just an aesthetic sampler that, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's going to be for, as for me and my house, we shall serve, and it's going to say the Lord. But I'm going to give it to my Amachi. So Amachi is grandmother, and my grandma just turned 98, and so I thought this would be really beautiful for her room because she loves blues and coral colors. And then I found online, somebody had found a very, just a very ornate cross that I thought would be really gorgeous. So I'm actually going to make mine say the Lord, which is with the font that they provided. And then I'm going to put this cross in there. And I'm actually going to make this for Amachi for Christmas. So I'm cool with that. It's probably the least offensive thing that, well, I know there are plenty of people who find that offensive. But I just, if I were to do this and make it crass, I think that I would need to change the colors. These colors just feel very soft to me and very gentle, and so I just wanted a very simple sampler, and quite honestly, I thought she would really love it. So that's going to be for Amachi for Christmas. That's what I decided to do with it. Another thing from Kellyanne was a magazine. So I have very few magazines, so that was really fun. They don't really have cross-stitch magazines here. I think I get one. Is it just cross-stitch? I think that's the one I get. But Kellyanne sent me that, so thank you, Kellyanne. And the reason I left it out here is I wanted to show you guys because I adore it. So teal and red are kind of my colors. And they have these, and I love this because it reminded me of, it's a stocking, but it reminded me of the 1979 Christmas movies, The Year Without Santa Claus and the New Year's Baby one, and I don't know the names of them. But anyways, those movies with the heat miser and the cold dude. You know the movie I'm talking about. I can't, words not working, but remind me of that deer. And so I was thinking of making this for a friend's baby. But I actually was thinking of turning it into an applique because applique is way faster than cross stitch. So I love it. So thank you again, Kellyanne, because there's several things in here I want to make. There's a nativity set that are little puppets, which I thought would be fun. I actually was thinking about making just the Mary Joseph and the baby, and then using that as a Sunday school thing. So yeah, well, maybe they're plushies, but I'm going to make them puppets because I thought that would be kind of fun. My friend is a Sunday school teacher, and there's a few things in here that I just thought were gorgeous. So again, thank you very much, because all the things. And then there's a great article about Satsuma Street. I own a few of her patterns. I've never actually done one yet, so I am like not focused at all. But thank you. I was really excited about that. Next thing I worked on, and it's I'm going to offend somebody because it's either Ukrainian or Russian, or it's Russian or Ukrainian. I don't know what it is, guys. I just know it's beautiful. It is Alice, and she's kind of over a stopwatch. Pocket watch, not a stopwatch, pocket watch. And she's kind of shrunk and over it, and the white rabbit's there, and there's a flamingo, and I don't know, I love flamingos. So yeah, so I finally started it, and the minders on here are from Itty Bitty. But I've done like nothing. I've done like that much, and I think I've done about that much before. I've added like 5 stitches because this, I have to be in the mood for it because, yeah, you can't tell. So I finished one color and I'm starting on the next color, and by finished I mean like in my little box that I've determined where I'm starting, I'm color completing that box. Then I'm gonna move over a box, color complete that box, and I'm kind of just trying all the things. I just need to get motivated to want to stitch. Because my problem is I want to work on this, I want to work on this, and then work on this, and a little on this, and nothing's getting done. And I said the other day to a friend that I either need to find a way to start finishing things so that I have them, or basically I'm just spending a lot of money on thread and fabric that's just going to waste. And I don't want that. I want a finished product. So I haven't been able to sew lately. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'm not going to get into it on Flosstube. Something happened, and sewing is a trigger for that right now for quilting. And so I haven't been able to sew. So I've been cross stitching, and then I actually picked up knitting again, which I'll show you at the end because I don't know if you want to stick. I don't even know if you want to stick around for this, but I did pick up knitting again, and so I have that. And then the last thing I worked on is I worked on my oldest whip. Well, it's not my oldest whip. It's my oldest whip I want to work on. Actually, there's 2, but I left one in the house. I'm not going to go get it. So this is what you get to see. So this is the Woodland Sampler from the Frosted Pumpkin. And I'm being pretentious and putting it in French because I took French for 6 years, so I might as well use the language for something, right? So janvier, février, mars, and avril. And I'm in April. I've added a rainbow to, I think it's jackalope. Jackalope, right? No. Yeah, it's a jackalope, right? The bunny with the ears. I don't know. Or with the horns. But anyway, so I've added a rainbow because somebody did. I've got a little Stellar J binder that I think also came from Sleepy Kitty, Kylie. And again, floss away bags because that's what I do. And so I'm in April and we're in August, so I'm late. But I'm just kind of putzing on it. And then my grime guard was made for me by the wonderful Shannon. She's one of my best friends. And she owns Supernatural Yarns, and she's a dyer who is right now, guys, if you check her out, she's on Etsy. But she did a yarn club. My dog is walking through the fairy garden. She did a yarn club that is 7 installments based on the 7 books of Harry Potter, and it is gorgeous. And I'm trying to convince her to let me buy a mini set because I don't knit enough to justify yarn right now. So I really, really, really want it. So yeah. All right. And then I had 2 purchases. So everybody's going to be showing this week, but I couldn't say no. So I bought the Frosted Pumpkins National Parks Greetings from the Parks Club because I love the first one. Not that I've finished it. I've done like the trees in the middle, but I love it. So I had to have the new one. So I have that. And then my big purchase was I ended up buying and I don't even know the name or how to say it. It's in Italian. I don't know, and I'm not going to slaughter it because that just makes me a jerk. But there was an earthquake in Italy, and I'm going to sound really ignorant, but a bunch of really amazing designers did a fundraiser, and I bought 2. I bought the Mirabilia, and I bought the Little House Needleworks. So Little House Needleworks is like cotton and wool, which is really cute, a little sheepy, and I loved it. And then the Mirabilia was this gorgeous angel. And a friend had bought it and showed it to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this pattern. So I ended up buying it as well. And then my husband and I were out in the world. And I don't know where we were. I don't remember. But we were somewhere. And he's been trained, guys. He finds cross stitch as fast as we do. And he found me a Mirabilia pattern. So I got this one. It's called Stones and Roses. It's from 1995, and it's an angel. Yeah, it's an angel statue. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, or is the lighting as crappy as it looks on my side? I can't tell. But it's just holy crap, so pretty. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if this is working, and I'm just gonna go with it. So he found this and he's like, babe, isn't this that person you like or something? And I was like, yes, it is. And so we grabbed it. I think I got it for like $10. I don't know, is that a good price? I don't know. But it's just so pretty. It's brand new. The sticker's still sealed and everything. And it just needed to be in my life. And it doesn't match. Its aesthetic complements the angel that she created for the fundraiser. So I'm very excited about that. Do I have anything else to show you? Probably not. Nope, I don't. And it's only a half hour, so you're welcome. I just gave you half your day back. I don't have any books to show you because I haven't been reading. I'm still trying to work my way through the July's book for the Cross Stitchers Book Club. We're on Instagram. I think it's Stitchers Book Club. And it's just a couple of friends, and we don't really even... It's very low-key. If you want to read the same book we're reading, we barely even talk about it, other than, yep, I read it. Yep, it was cool. No, I didn't like that part. And so right now we're reading Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. Lisa C is one of my favorite authors, but this book is heavy, guys. And honestly, with where I've been mentally, I kind of needed to take a break from it. And then the August book is called Something is Missing, and it's a mystery. And so far, I'm liking it. I'm only like 2 chapters in. I started it last night. But it's kind of what I need right now. So Lisa C might be on the back burner, and I'm going to read this book first. And then I have 2 personal development books. I'm reading one going, Good Leaders Don't Need... Good Leaders? Real Leaders? Real Leaders Don't Need a Title? Good Leaders Don't Need... I don't know. One of my bosses gave it to me as kind of a encouragement. Just kind of... It's a self-help book. I'm liking it. And then I have one more book I'm reading. I don't even know. What else am I reading? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. So we were in Disneyland, and I don't know if you know what plaids are. If I say the plaids. So Disney has a VIP service where they will escort, we'll just say, go, there you go. Sorry, she was trying to jump in. The swinging gate thingy was bothering her. Disney has a VIP service where people who can afford it, I'm just going to say it like that, can be escorted around the parks, and they can skip lines, and they get behind the scenes experiences and everything else. And so we were coming down the hill from Splash Mountain, so coming out of Critter Country into Frontierland. No, I lied. We were coming out of Critter Country and we're coming near Haunted Mansion, so we're coming into New Orleans Square. And I saw a plaid, and I have a friend who works for Disney who's kind of taught me what to look for. And so I've learned when you see a plaid kind of what to observe for, and I've learned to spot celebrities very quickly. There's a couple Instagram groups or Instagram people that you can follow that'll tell you who's in the park, and people give anonymous tips and things like that. But I saw a plaid. I saw a gentleman that obviously was security, and then I saw kind of an entourage of people. And then in the center was a celebrity. And I recognized him immediately because he's my son's favorite author. And then he played Kurt on Glee. So we saw Chris Colfer. And so I've learned that you don't stop them, you don't ask for pictures, you don't ask for autographs. So I will be honest, I did get a picture with Dove Cameron, who is of Liv and Maddie, and she's Mal in the Descendants movies, and she's a cutie. And she's actually what taught me what a selfie was, because I was like, oh, I can't take a picture with you, my friend's not here. I don't. She's like, oh, we'll just take a selfie. I'd never heard the word before. So anyways, my first, so Dove Cameron, Disneyland years ago. There's a picture on my Instagram. Go look for it. Or maybe I'll throw it here. I don't know, maybe. Anyways, so we saw Chris Colfer, and I went, Mr. Colfer, thank you for your novels. They're wonderful. And just kept walking. Because they're not there to interact with you. And then EJ's like, Mama, what? And so I grabbed his hand, and we just power walked really fast. And it worked out perfect because the lady who had heard me say it had also flipped around, but she pulled out her camera. So the security guy stepped in front of her because they don't let you take pictures. Like, you got to be sneaky if you want to photograph. But I was like, Mr. Colfer, EJ loves your books. And he's like, thank you for your stories. And he just said, oh my gosh, thanks for reading. It's so great. Have a great day. Obviously didn't want to be interrupted, but was super gracious and hi, and, waved to EJ. And EJ thought it was the coolest. And that was the highlight of his day. And he's still talking about how he met the guy that wrote Land of Stories. So we've actually met Chris Colfer before. He came to our local bookstore for a signing. And so EJ has met him, and he's hugged him and taken a picture with him. And so he is a huge fan of Chris Colfer. And I don't know if you've read the Land of Stories. I mean, even if you don't have kids, they're phenomenal books. They're kind of fairy tales on their tail. That's kind of a trend right now, to take a fairy tale and kind of flip it. So that's what these are. And these 2 kids end up in the Land of Stories, just how it sounds. And it's kind of their adventuring through these worlds. And I think we're on the 3rd book in the series. He's 7, right? So we read slow. And we read like a chapter or 2 at a time. But the first one we listened to on audio because he wasn't really reading yet. And so that was a fun, rub my eyes. That was a fun experience for our family. To just see him, and he waved, and EJ, when they're that age, it's like, oh my God, Mama, he noticed me. And it's like the end of the world. It's kind of like Moana. They're real, right? But Chris Colfer is real, and he's an amazing author. And so that was really a highlight for my son. So that's my random Disney celebrity sighting story that I wanted to share. I don't really have anything else. It's 33, 35 minutes. I'm going to throw in a few pictures. I think I promised, because now I have to sit and watch myself ramble for a half an hour so I can remember which pictures I promised you. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. I love the Flosstube community. I went to a meetup. So Happy Go Stitchy, Michelle, Obsessed Stitcher, Delicious Threads, Jen, Olivia B. Hi, ladies. Susan, Sue, Terry. We met in a beautiful park in Oakland and had a lovely day under the redwoods. And we'll just say Naughty Stitchers. They know what I'm talking about. We had a blast. And if you want to know more about it, both Olivia and Jen do such a better job of talking about it. Oh, and Becky too, Obsessed Stitcher. I need coffee, guys. I'm like rabbit trails and tired and so tired. Can you tell I'm tired? Look at these bags. I have no makeup on right now. Not that I really wear a lot of makeup, but I usually at least put on concealer. But I am just on a long vacation. It was wonderful. So glad to get away. That's all I got. So hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you again to Drew and Michelle and Kellyanne for my Stitchy Kindness. It was definitely the highlight. I've got Itty Bitty Stitchy, Makissa, and Lolly queued up today. We're going to fold laundry together. So ladies, thank you for keeping me company. I use the watch later as like a cue. And then there's a feature on YouTube where you can say delete everything I've already watched. So I do that. So yeah, laundry and cross stitch videos, because I'm not stitching, I'm doing laundry. Oh, there's my dog again. Bailey, please don't. That's what I'm doing today. All right, she's starting to bark, so I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day, guys, and we'll see you later. Bye.